Some plants are going to die, and that's just facts. Fungus gnats, spider mites, mealybugs, it's gonna happen. What the heck is this? You're not gross, you're just a plant parent now. Hey guys, welcome back to Thankfully Packed. My name is Chris, and today I'm actually filming in a new spot. If you've been here before, you might notice that my background is a little bit different because I'm in the middle of redoing and redecorating my crafting room. That's kind of what I would call this. But anyways, I'm obviously incorporating plants. Today we're gonna go into a little bit of a plant confession ride for beginners. These are the things that I wish someone had yelled at me when I had started collecting houseplants all the way back in last year, because again, beginner friendly. When I say yelled, I really mean that. Not gently whispered, yelled. Also, just to keep my hands busy, I'm going to be repotting this ficus Belize, which I got a while ago, and I really haven't had a chance to do anything with it. The soil sucks because it came straight from the nursery. It's super dried out. Some of the leaves are turning brown, and I really even haven't wiped them, so I really need to take care of it today. If you've got any plant chores to do, now's your sign. Pause this video, get your stuff ready, and let's do it together. And again, I'm not an expert, so don't come for me, but these are the things I really wish I knew before I started collecting them. Number one, moisture meters suck. Okay, they don't suck. Let me take that back and be a little bit more specific. When I first started buying plants, a moisture meter was probably, if not the first, among the first things that I purchased that wasn't an actual plant. Besides pots and watering cans and other planty accessories, the moisture meter was the first one, and I felt very official. But honestly, I realized very quickly that my finger does the same thing. Better actually, because I can actually feel that the soil is wet or dry. I think I used it consistently for about a week before I realized that this thing doesn't know what it's talking about or doing either. And yeah, something like this, like a stick, worked just as fine too. Stick it into the soil, see if any soil sticks to it, then you know if it's wet. Truly, I think the biggest issue I had was that I had to keep sticking it in at different angles and in different places to see if the soil was truly dry or truly wet because, you know, the soil could be unevenly watered or it could just be wet in one area, have an air pocket, whatever. Anyways, I literally don't use it anymore and it's just stuck in my junk drawer now, so there's that. No hate to you if you love it, but just not for me. Okay, so this is the pot that this plant came with, and this is the nursery pot, and I'm gonna show you how dry this soil is. But first, tip number two. Yellow leaves are not a crisis. Oh my goodness, I cannot tell you how many times when I had a new plant or even a plant that I'd had for a few months and it started getting a yellow leaf, the Googling spiral I went through, it was emotional, okay? And honestly, a yellowing leaf doesn't always mean that you messed up. Sometimes a plant is just letting one go, and that's normal because the older leaves, eventually they're gonna die off and they will likely turn yellow and then brown and then crisp up and possibly fall off if you don't take it off yourself. Anyways, it's normal. Don't spiral, okay? It could be a number of things. Like I said, old leaf, overwatering, underwatering, pests, too much light, not enough light. You'll never really know by first glance, so you really need to just take a breather, step back, and examine the plant further. But real quick, look how dry and compact this soil is. It's so dry up here, and this kind of looks darker. It's a little more wet than this up here, but the soil is terrible. I think it's all like, what is it, like peat moss? I don't see a chunk of perlite to be found. So I think I'm going to definitely be using my own chunky mix on this because I feel like I'm gonna get root rot if I don't. You see that? This is like rock hard. Back to the leaf thing. If the leaves are relatively new growth, like if I had yellow leaves all the way at the top of this, then I would be a little bit concerned because something's probably going on, maybe with the roots or with your care of the plant. So in that case, again, take a breather, don't freak out, look into it. But if it's older or lower on the vine or on the stem, it's just nature taking its course, likely. All right, so I think I'm going to be just gently taking off as much soil as I can because I don't think I want much of this left behind. Next tip, it's a quickie, but a good one. Not every plant is meant for you, and that's okay. Not every plant will thrive in your environment, and that's okay too. Obviously, go for it, figure it out if you want to, maybe try even a couple of times. Trust me, it's okay if that fiddly fig wasn't meant for your lifestyle. It doesn't mean you have a brown thumb or whatever people say. Some of us are pothos people. It's okay. Accept it. Next up, pests are going to happen, okay? It's fine. We will get through it together. I think that was the main reason I didn't want to put my fiddle leaf fig when I first acquired it into my house, because I told my friend who's into plants that I really did not want bugs in my house. Anything flying, anything crawling, no, not for me. However, I quickly got over that because I had to bring my fiddle leaf fig in for the winter. I live in New England and it was going to die where I had it, which was the porch. As soon as I was gifted it, that's where it went. But summer ended and it needed to go somewhere and I was definitely not going to leave it out there. So I had to bring it in and I absolutely loved it. Kept going after that and acquired many, many more very quickly. But anyways, I got over that whole pest thing. Fungus gnats, spider mites, mealybugs, it's going to happen. You're not gross, you're just a plant parent now and you will get through it. Plants can be treated. There are plenty of things that you can do if you have a little bit of a situation on your hands. You can use sprays, natural ones, or the harsher ones, up to you. There's also these things, which I'm gonna use right when I repot this. I always do this, and these are systemic houseplant granules. I find that they're just like a nice preventative measure. There's even beneficial insects which you can release into your home, and trust me, if you just did like a double take, if you're super new at this too, I understand, because when I first saw people releasing more bugs into their collection, I was like, what the heck is the point of that? Why would I want more infestations? But actually, they're very, very beneficial. They will eat all the bad ones that are messing up your plants, and they're non-toxic to you, unlike some of the other things that you can use to get rid of pests. I'm not there yet. I haven't had to do that type of measure yet. Hopefully never. Knock on wood, all that stuff. There's just so much you can do. And at the very extreme, you can just throw the plant away and hopefully it hasn't infested more than that, just that one plant. But anyways, pests are not the end of the world. Okay, so this is what I'm left with right now. I think I still want to remove more of the soil from the roots, so I'm gonna go dump this out of the nursery pot, keep taking off the soil, and I'm probably gonna wash them too. I'm just gonna take off the stick real quick while I tell you guys about the next tip. Plants from stores are catfishing you. They are. They looked amazing under grow lights and a misting system and a full staff. Honestly, your bookshelf is just not the same environment, okay? I learned that really quickly when I was grabbing them up based on looks and looks only, just vibes, pretty much. Then I got them home, even online, when they put those really nice pictures up and you're like, yes, add to cart. You get it home and it still looks good, even out the box. Then you put it wherever you're gonna put it, and a few days later, you're like, greenhouse conditions are elite and your coffee table is not, okay? You just gotta figure out where that plant is gonna thrive the best. Also, you need to give it some time to acclimate to your new home, because there's no way, unless you're literally putting it in a greenhouse, that it's going to feel the same as it did when you first bought it. Okay, I think that's enough. I'm just gonna rinse these and I'll be right back. Okay, all nice and clean. Rinse this a little bit, not too worried about it, but the roots look really good, so moving on. Before I start using my own chunky mix, I'm gonna give you tip number 6. Weekly watering schedules will betray you, 100%. Watering every Sunday sounds good until your soil is still damp from last Wednesday. Flexibility definitely beats schedules. That's something I learned pretty quickly, and thankfully, I didn't kill too many plants by overwatering them in the beginning, because I was very much an overwaterer. I was wanting to check on these things every day, which I still do, but I also water them almost every day. Some plants just want to stay dry forever, and others really need a drink like every other day. And it really depends on many things, such as how quickly they're drying out, what kind of plant it is, the temperature in your home. And some plants actually prefer to dry out pretty well in between watering, like a snake plant or a succulent. All that to say that once a week just doesn't cut it. Not for every plant anyway. This is my chunky mix, which I've shown before, but it is potting mix, chunky perlite. There's also orchid bark and charcoal in here, and my plants, especially the tropical ones, seem to really, really love it. So I'm gonna be putting quite a bit of it first, because honestly, I could probably downsize this nursery pot just a little, because the root ball, I don't know, it's not really that big, but I'm gonna use it anyways. My next tip is that plant tags often tell lies. Low light still means some light, okay? I don't know any plant that truly 100% doesn't want some light. Even snake plants. Technically, sure, you can keep them in a bathroom with no windows, but are they gonna thrive? Probably not. Also, easy care means until it randomly dies on you. read between the lines. All I'm saying is don't go just by the plant tags. Do some research, go online, watch YouTube videos specifically for that plant, and then figure out how to care for it in your environment. This is another one that I only very recently, in the span of things, learned and really started to appreciate, which is that airflow matters. Plants really do need air circulation. I really didn't think or even consider airflow too much when I first started getting them, and I really think it led to the demise of quite a few of my houseplants at the very, very beginning. Because remember, I said I was an overwaterer, so that combined with no airflow was just root rot central. But yeah, stagnant air, not great. This next tip is a little bit of a silly one, but don't name your plant until you Google it first. I am notorious still to this day for just picking a plant because it looks awesome, or I've seen someone else buy it, or I've been binging plant hauls at 3 a.m. and I'm like, yes, I need that one. Instantly purchase, add to cart, whatever. This has happened to me several times, and honestly, if I had known the care that it would require, it wouldn't have made the short list. I'm still battling the urge to just buy a plant based off of looks, and it's really not a good idea, especially when it's a type of plant that I know I struggle with, such as calatheas. Oh my goodness, they're so pretty though. Okay, I feel like that just about does it. I'm just trying to make sure that the plant is stable in the pot, which I don't think it is. Let me see. Nope, definitely have to pot it in a little deeper, so let me adjust. Okay, that looks so much better. I think I'm still gonna give it a stake because it is a little bit floppy, but possibly that will be remedied once I water it in. But first, I definitely need to clean off these leaves because they're dusty. Don't know if you guys can see, but they're not looking too good. But it's perfect time for the next tip, which is wait, because plant prices drop fast, okay? Houseplants follow trends just like fashion. The same exact people who paid hundreds of dollars for a Monstera Thai constellation are now weeping in Walmart because they see it for $20. I've seen people find it at their local grocery store now for like 20 bucks, guys. 20. Just don't let the hype rob your plant fund. Just wait a little bit, I promise you. Even if it's a couple of years, it will drop. Unless you got it like that. I mean, far be it from me to tell you what to do with your money. If you got hundreds and hundreds, good on you. I'm just using my leaf shine and pest control spray to clean up these leaves, and I've talked about it many times before, but it is going to be in the description with all the information in case you're interested in it. But I love it because it has neem oil in it and alcohol, which can help prevent and deter some pests, and it really does a nice job of shining up the leaves. Okay, the leaves are nice and shiny. I hope you guys can see the difference there. Love it. Now, like I said, I'm just going to be adding in these houseplant granules to prevent any pests. It gets watered in and systematically helps, so I like to add it right when I repot anything. I don't mind the pot it came with, so I am just gonna put it right back in there. Perfect. Just gonna water it in while I'm here, and I'm gonna just let it drain to the bottom of this pot, and I'll take the water out later. Okay, next tip. And honestly, I could have made this tip number 1, but it's okay to add grow lights. I mean, seriously, I don't know who needs to hear this, but not everyone has a wall of south-facing windows with perfectly filtered sunlight streaming through like a greenhouse commercial. Some of us need extra light, and that's fine. If your lighting is not great, it's not you, it's the room. And honestly, even if you have the perfect real estate for plants by a great window, eventually, if you're like me and like a lot of people, you will collect way more than can fit in that little windowsill. It's just facts. Windows are just prime real estate that runs out fast. Which brings me to my next point. This craft room that I'm in is actually in my basement, so I only have one good window, which is right over there, and it's mostly blocked by my neighbor's privacy fence anyways, and the sun is kind of like up there at an angle. Even though it might look bright in here, that's literally just the lights I use for my videos. Otherwise, when all of that's off, it's quite dark in here. Luckily, Thrive Beam sent me one of their lights to try out, and I'm really excited because it's going to be perfect for this ficus, which I intend to keep down here, possibly on this desk. So let me show you real quick what they sent me. So these are the lights I'm going to be using today. This isn't sponsored or anything. I'm not getting paid. I'm not earning commission. They just sent me these lights to try, and honestly, I really think it's perfect for places like these in your home where you want more plants, but you just don't have the best natural lighting. I'll drop the link in the description in case you want to check it out yourself, but let's unbox and see what I got. So these are the contents of the box. It looks like I have the thing that goes in the soil, this thing, which will help me, I think, adjust the height of it, which is great because this is already a pretty tall plant. Awesome, that's gonna be great because as soon as the plant grows, I can just continue to push this up. Then I have inside the box the plug, which, oh my goodness, yes. Okay, so all of my plants upstairs are on a 12-hour lighting cycle, and I just realized that this also has a timer, which is great. So let me show you real quick. Okay, so right there, the blue button is 3 hours, the green one is 6, and then the red one is 12 hours, which is so, so good because you don't have to think about it, and you know that your plants are going to consistently get the right amount of light. Awesome, I love that, making it easy. And then of course, this is the light. Here we go, and a little bit of an instruction sheet, which tells you basically how to set up the timer. Oh, there's different brightness levels, and there is a warm light and a white light. That's good. Ooh, I love that. Did you guys see that? Nice. Ooh, yep, that's it. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna see how many brightness levels I get. Okay, so I think that's the lowest level. And then if I keep pressing it, it gets brighter, brighter, and brighter. And I think this is the brightest one. And then I can also change the color of the light. So that is a cool light, and that's the warm light. Ooh, and there's like a double one. Hard to tell, but there's actually 2 rows of lights, and one is the cool light and the second one is the warm light. So this has both in it. This is just the cool light. This is just the warm light. And that's with both. I think I like, I think I like it with both. Yeah, I think it looks good with both. I'm going to set the 12-hour timer right now. So easy, I love this. Yay! Thank you so much, ThriveBeam. And again, guys, seriously, supplemental lighting isn't bad. Sometimes our spaces just don't have the right kind of lighting, and that's okay. Our plants still want to live though, so let's give them the light that they need, okay? All right, guys, now that I'm all done repotting and cleaning up this ficus, I'll leave you with one last tip that I really needed to hear when I first began collecting houseplants. Dead plants don't mean failure. I truly don't believe in a natural green thumb. I mean, yes, someone might have a knack or like a slight affinity for something, but when it comes to plants, it's honestly all trial and error. Some plants are going to die, and that's just facts. Sometimes you can learn from it and you can do better next time, but it's not even always your fault. I can't tell you how many plants I brought home where I've checked the roots and it's already got root rot, or there's mealybugs or thrips, or even the plant itself can have some type of infection, and it's gonna die, and that's okay. Just remember to be forgiving and try again. If it were that easy, we'd all be living in jungles with 0 fungus gnats 24/7, but it's not, and that's all right. I actually enjoy that part of plant care, figuring out how to take care of it, figuring out the best things that I can do for the plant itself, and it's just part of it. So again, be easy on yourself. So yeah, to wrap it up, these are just a few of the things that I really wish someone had yelled at me sooner when I first started collecting houseplants. In a supportive way, of course. Let me know your biggest beginner mistakes in the comments below. No shame, no judgment. We don't do none of that here. We've all done some wild stuff. It can't just be me. So let me know below what you've done or what you've seen, and let's chat. I post a combo of houseplant and gardening content here on YouTube, so don't forget to like, comment, and hit the notification bell so you get notified on my next video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!